Howdy, I'm Liz from Liz at Midlife, and I'd like to start off by apologizing to the large group of people that I'm about to offend. I'm sure there are some reasonable teenage boys in the world out there, but most of them are the stupidest people on earth. As a parent of a teenage girl, I know this because I've been watching those teenage boys. I have an unusual interest in teenage boys, not for myself, but for my daughter. We have, instead of a family tree, what my brother refers to as a family stick. My daughter is an only child. There is only my brother and me. My brother has no children. Our father was an only child. His father was one of 3 children and the only one to have children, as was his father. Which means that much of our family tree is shaped like this, coming solely to my daughter. So it's of great importance to get the family to continue to get my daughter married and have children. To that end, I have an unusual interest in teenage boys, trying to find potential spouses. Now, some of my friends think that this is a little bit eccentric to be looking for husbands for your 16-year-old daughter, but it is a dire need. To that end, I have a list. At this point, this is not a list of likely candidates. It's a list of people who are not allowed to marry my daughter. This list started primarily as a result of driving my daughter to and from school and watching those teenage boys drive by and act like idiots in their cars. Teenage boys as a group are terrible drivers. But this extends to other areas. I recently added a large group of people to the list after I picked my daughter up from school one snowy day. We live in Michigan. It's winter here. The temperature is 15 degrees. As I'm waiting in the car in line to pick my daughter up at the high school, boys are streaming out of the high school, dressed in completely inappropriate winter attire. They're walking through foot-high snowdrifts in their tennis shoes, naked legs, silken basketball shorts, short sleeves, no hat, no gloves. They're turning pink from the cold, even as I watched them. They're walking home from school this way. When I got to the door and picked up my daughter, I was frothing at the mouth. I said, I want you to get the names of every one of these junior rocket scientists because they're going on the list. She rolled her eyes, of course. She's 16. I said, I hope you know the names of all these people. None of these people, none of these boys are allowed to marry you. You know why? Why, Mother, she says. Because it's so cold their testicles have been sucked back into their bodies and they're never going to descend. These are not future grandchildren parents. They're never going to have children. All their names are going on the list. You can probably see it's not easy to be my daughter. This is what happens when you let slightly insane people raise children. Now, for those of you who are the parents of a teenage boy who's a safe driver, who knows how to wear hats, mittens, gloves, long pants in the winter, who's wearing his testicles in the appropriate location, please call me. Thanks, and have a nice day.